When we think about being a good reader, we sometimes only think about recognizing and sounding out words quickly as we read. Comprehension is the skill of understanding what we read, thinking critically about it, and creating meaning as we go. These videos will focus on comprehension strategies. Experienced readers do a great deal of comprehension without even realizing it. The strategies and processes they use while they do this are called comprehension strategies. Parents and teachers often demonstrate strategies as they read to children by pausing and asking children questions that make them think. Does this remind you of anything? Where do you think they will go? Why? Then they demonstrate how an experienced reader would answer that. In recent years, more and more schools have started using formal comprehension strategy programs. This adds a little more focus and makes sure we're all speaking the same language when we talk about our reading. Building Bridges of Understanding is a very popular program used in Ireland, and these videos are mostly based on it. Very quickly for the teachers, is this on the curriculum? Yes, very much so. In the primary language curriculum, comprehension is a learning outcome by itself. Comprehension strategies are mentioned for all stages in primary school. Specific strategies from the program these videos are based on are mentioned throughout the progression steps for comprehension. Being able to express your thoughts about what you read is also a major part of the engagement learning outcome and the response and author's intent learning outcome, as well as covering a lot of oral language. The core of these lessons will be discussion. It's not an activity to do on your own. The videos will begin with an explanation of the skill and some examples. Then I'll read an illustrated book so we can practice. This is not a passive part of the lesson where you just watch the video. Pupils should pause the video whenever they have thoughts to share and discuss with their parents or siblings. The most important part then is to make an effort to put these skills you learn into practice as you read over the next few weeks. The videos will involve shared reading. That is, I will read the book aloud. The reason comprehension skills are initially taught with shared reading is to allow children to focus on just understanding, without having to stop and sound out unfamiliar words. Shared reading allows children of very different word attack skill abilities to practice comprehension on the same book at the same time. Many children are much better at comprehension than they are at reading fluency and sounding out. A child with dyslexia, for example, could be very bright and able to understand a story very well, but maybe they mightn't read the text as quickly as others. Shared reading works very well for group discussions because we all experience the text at the same time. If parents would rather mute the video and read the story aloud themselves with children, that's perfect. I've heard what my recorded voice sounds like, and I honestly don't blame you. The aim of each lesson is that the children are able to use and name the strategy, that they can give reasons for their answers that come from the book, and lastly, that they practice using those skills independently in their reading after this. So, should children be doing written work to go with this? Well, if the teacher thinks it's a good idea to give a few open-ended questions with the task, or maybe ask a pupil to write down the 3 best answers they came up with, that's okay. But remember, the 3 main priorities here are having the discussion, practicing the skill as the story progresses, and then using it in future reading. Personally, I wouldn't give written work with this because I think there's enough other written work to do via distance learning, and that this might be a nice change. I also don't think short answer questions would be very suitable when there are so many right answers to everything. If you want some independent tasks to practice these skills, the ecb.org have a great page with comprehension strategy activities. I'll leave a link below. I hope this is helpful to you and best of luck to everyone. Slán go fóill.